Welcome to Fix My Ship, the place where we navigate through the storms and calm the waters of every kind of relationship, whether it's family, friendship, dating, marriage, or even workplace connections. No matter the issue, we believe every ship can be repaired with the right tools. We hope you enjoy this episode, and if you do, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a chance to grow with us. Let's fix some ships together. Welcome to another episode of Fix My Ship, where we are unhinged, unscripted, and unrehearsed. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about emotions and ultimatums. I am the special guest for this episode once again, so thank you for joining me. I want to thank everyone who has started with me on this journey. For those of you who do know me personally, you may be a little bit more attached to this story than other people that are listening to it, but I do thank you for tuning in and beginning with me on this journey, sharing with you how we are fixing ships. First of all, I want to tell y'all where I'm at right now since I have started this YouTube channel. It's been 2 weeks and change. The first 2 weeks went smooth, and now that we are on this third week, when I say the ships that I have, it's not all of them. We're not gonna go there. It is not all of them, but the ships that I have, some of them are like almost shipwrecked at this point. And it has led me to be a little bit more active. I've been getting feedback and comments from some of my friends and family who said that, you know what, I need to make sure that I am setting the tone for what this channel is and what it will be and what it will become. So where we're at today when it comes to emotions and ultimatums, what I want to share with everybody is emotions are your God-given right. We are born with emotions. I'm not going to say that we can't control our emotions because that would be a lie. I do think that it's a challenge and it's a test for us to be able to control our emotions. So where I want us to be careful with is, while you have the right to feel the way that it is you feel, you do not have the right to treat others the way that you feel because you feel that way. When someone does something to you, it is your choice on how that person gets to continue in your life. And that's where we get into forgiveness and things like that. And I'm in the process of writing a couple of books. I think I got like 10 steps to forgiveness as well as healthy selfishness. So there are a couple of things that I'm working on. But I just want to tell you, your emotions can get you in trouble, and your emotions can also get you out of trouble. What you have to realize is that you need to be able to put your emotions in check, or your emotions will check you. What do I mean by that? Your emotions pretty much will write a check that your behind can't cash. And where I'm at in my life, I am learning that when people fail to control their emotions, they end up dealing with consequences that they really didn't expect. So there are, as I spoke in other episodes, I think I kind of learned I learned from the divorces or separations in my family. I learned from those situations, but I also blocked them out. But as I'm really starting to think about relationships and saying, okay, if I have people that are trying to tune into my channel, when I say I really want to help y'all, I really want to be able to help you all. So I don't want this, while it may be entertaining, I want you to understand that the things that you hear me say, the discussions that you hear me have, and why I keep saying unrehearsed and unscripted, I'm raw and unedited. I don't edit anything that you all get, because one, whatever I express on this show, I want you to get all of that information. And that's part of why we have the emotions and the illness that we have in relationships, and why our ships aren't fixed, is because no one will come and be raw, unscripted, and unrehearsed before people. So while I may not be able to be naked before you all, I try my best to be as honest as I can before you all, because I want to get rid of the illusion of friendship, the illusion of what we think marriage is. Every relationship, every ship that you have takes work to cultivate, just like the ground and how you grow and you till the ground to get the fruit or the vegetables or whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you've planted, whether it's negativity or positivity, when you plant it, it is reciprocated. It comes back. So what I need you to understand when it comes to your emotions, you have every right to feel the way that you feel. But understand, the person that you are sending those emotions to has that same right. So I think what we take for granted is the consequence of our actions when it comes to our emotions. So there's a family member, like I was saying before, where one of the relationships where I blocked out, I learned a lot from this individual. And they shared how they ended up losing their spouse because they gave an ultimatum. And I want you to understand what ultimatums ultimately are. Ultimatums are an endpoint for something. So where on the surface it sounds good in your head, you also have to understand if the person, with the ultimatum, you're giving them two options. You say either you do this or you do that, and then this is what I will do. So you're already giving the person your end result for what it is that you will do if they do said action. So they already have the upper hand when you give the ultimatum, because they know if I do this, then we're going this way. If I do this, then we're going that way. You have completely given that person control when you give them an ultimatum. I want you to really sit and think about that. When you make an ultimatum and you say, if you do this, we do that. If you do that, we do this. They are now in control. And this is what happens when you get emotional and you give ultimatums. So what occurs after that, what you also have to understand is when you give the ultimatum. Let me slow down. When you give the ultimatum, if your ultimatum is a real one, that means option A, let's just say, is what you want the original outcome to be. You're trying to manipulate them. That's what you're really doing. Option B is the worst thing that could possibly happen from the two options. And usually option B is somebody losing out on something. When you make an ultimatum, you better be able to take option A and option B because you're the one that gave the ultimatum. So I created this audio to let you know that if you are giving ultimatums, you have lost control. You are no longer in control. You have given the other individual all of the power, which is counterintuitive, counterproductive. So I want people to really think about the power that you have as a person. Whatever power it is that you think you have, your mate, your spouse, your sibling, your friend, your coworker has the same equal power. Nobody is bigger than any other person. It's what we choose to yield to and deal with. So for anyone out there that has ever given an ultimatum, please put in the comments, what happened? Did you get what you wanted? Or if you were on the other end where the ultimatum was given to you, how did it make you feel? And I think when we stop and start to think about the other individuals that we are giving ultimatums to, asking these questions to, or making propositions to, when you really start to put yourself in the other person's shoes, it'll make you slow down, humble down, sit down, be humble. Life will teach you the biggest lessons that your head is too big to learn. I know for me, wisdom is the best teacher. And I really thank God for giving me so much wisdom that I didn't have to experience things. And I'm glad because I've experienced big things. I experienced things that immediately caused detrimental changes to my body and my health. So I'm telling you all, you can only control you. You cannot control a person. And trust me, if you think that you are controlling somebody else, it's because they have decided to give you that control. What happens when you lose control? Control. What happens when you lose control? And that's why we have people who are no longer on this earth and 6 feet under because they lost control. Let alone if they did something to themselves to make themselves go 6 feet under, if you understand what I'm saying. So now you've lost so much control that you've made another person disappear from this earth. And then you're such a coward that you make your own self disappear. Your emotions will lie to you. It's not that your emotions are not real. It's your reaction, your responses, the actions that you take to your emotions. Get your emotions in check. You never want to do something or say something that causes you regret. I'm going to tell you, I don't like to apologize. I don't. And I'm somebody, if you know me, oh gosh, I don't like being wrong. I like to be right. But I don't like to apologize. So to the best of my ability, I don't do things to make me have to apologize. I've also been in some situations where it was warranted for me to go off, say everything it was that I was thinking, dreamt about, and everything else. But I understand there is life after my words. There is life in my words. Power and life are in the tongue. Death is also in that tongue too. So I want you to understand that you need to be conscious and cautious of the things it is that you say. You only get one time to cross the line with somebody. You never know where that line is in the sand. Understand, the same line that you draw, you're on the other side of the line. Ultimatums, it's the ultimate challenge. Some people like challenges, and some people will literally call your bluff just because you gave the ultimatum. So again, I warn you and I caution you, when you give ultimatums, be sure you can live with both of the answers, both of the decisions. Because if the person makes a choice that you quote unquote don't want them to make, you are going to be SOL. You figure out what it means. You're going to learn today. I don't know who this is for, because where I'm at in my life, that's the situation that's going on right now with those that are around me. You have to be careful, because when you're fed up, did you ever think about other people being fed up too? Just want y'all to understand, when it comes to relationships, there are two sides to that seesaw. You have ebbs and flows, ups and downs, just like a roller coaster. And when you begin to put too much weight and you cause that person to come on your side, you better be looking at what's going to come down with that roller coaster. What's going to come down the other side of the seesaw. If you stay up too long, they're going to slide down. Are you willing to hold that weight? Relationships are a challenge. Relationships are work. But relationships shouldn't be work for the entire relationship. Get your emotions in check. If you don't, your emotions will check you. That's all I got. Until next time, peace and progress. I'll see you when I see you. Bye for now. Thanks for selling with us today on Fix My Ship, where no relationship is beyond repair. If something spoke to you, challenged you, or helped you see things differently, do us a favor. Like, comment, and subscribe so you stay anchored to truth and growth. And don't forget to share this episode with someone whose ship might be drifting. They just might need this too. Until next time, keep your heart open, keep your mind renewed, and your ship headed in the right direction. Peace and progress.